And what money could give me was freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. I hate people talking to me that tell me exactly what I should do. I hated when I needed to be in time on things that I didn't really care about. And I hated working with things that I fucking hated. It was horrible. And I promised myself, I never, ever, 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 ever gonna do that shit to myself again. Because I'm doing it to myself, right? It's not no one else. Okay. So today I was thinking that I'm going to do something a little bit different than I normally do. I'm going to tell you a story, and hopefully that will inspire you to wanting to make a little bit more money in your life so you can have the freedom and whatever you want in your life. A lot of people out there are very entrepreneurial in their way of what they're doing, but they just haven't really discovered it yet. They don't really understand that they have the gift of buying and selling. So when I, in 2012, was so pissed off at life and I didn't really know what I was going to do, and everyone had their careers and they were so successful in what they were doing, they had their job, and I always got fired from my job or jobs, I would say. I could never stick to it. I was so kind of feeling guilty of that, or shamed almost, that I was not like everyone else, and I wanted to fit in and I wanted to be like them. Why can't I have a high corporate job somewhere and I can do the thing? And it never ever worked. And I understand now why I always got fired, because life, universe, whatever you call it, kind of told me to not go that way. So then one day, listen to this. Then one day, this is why I believe in, I don't want to say I believe in God, because I think God is made up, but I believe in life, universe, source, energy, you know what I mean? I just knew that I wanted to have a company. I just knew that I wanted to do my thing. I just knew that that was the only way for me. So if you're thinking right now, I want to do something in my life, if you're even thinking it, it's right for you. If you're not even thinking it, you wouldn't even watch this movie. What I did, the only thing that I knew was that I wanted to have my own stuff. And at this point, I was broke. I had not even a home to live in. I was living with my ex, and I was miserable, and I started to question life. So what then happened one day was very, very interesting. My ex-girlfriend, she had an iPhone 4. If you remember the iPhone 4, how that looked like, the shape of it and everything, she dropped the phone, and from that point on, we sent it in to Apple at this point, I think it was. It came back 6 weeks later, and the phone was fixed, and the same day she got it, she dropped it again, and we gave it up. But Michael got an idea, and this idea paved the whole way for me for the rest of my future. I said, I'm gonna fix the phone. And then of course a lot of people were asking how can you fix a phone? Can you do this? Can you do that? And actually I fixed her phone and I made it pink. And at this point you can make them in different colors, and that was super cool. So people saw this, it just spread and it spread. And you know what, the first thing I did, I picked apart people's phones without even knowing how to put them together. And I charged them money. I gave them a service and they gave me money. And at this point, the timing was absolutely crucial, perfect. And the market was really ready for it, because there was no places where you can repair phones at this point. Timing is everything. And then you have to take massive amount of action. So what did Michael do? Michael, he started to focus on this so much that he was dreaming about phones. Michael was only focusing on the money he made and service for the other people. How many people he could actually impact and help. And I was very driven by money at that point, because I was broke. I came from zero money, like this, zero. I didn't even have a job. I was on this social thing from the government. It gave me $1,000 a month. Massive amount of action. And the only thing that I could focus on, I did this. It was like this. Even as if I was studying at this point, and I had this I was working and driving a lawnmower for free for other companies. For free I was working for other people. And then at that point, I was just like, I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm gonna focus on that, I'm gonna focus on that, and I'm gonna focus on that. And I kept doing it, and I kept doing what made me money. I kept doing what made me money. What a lot of people don't do is that focus on everything else except for the things that makes them money. You can ask yourself, what can I focus on today that makes me money? What can I focus on today that makes me money? Keep doing that thing and that thing only, and if you don't like it, keep doing it or change business. Michael, when he kept on doing this thing, he got a lot of appreciation from people. So it encouraged Michael to do even more. And when Michael saw more money than he ever had in his whole life, Michael said, I'm a fucking genius. And I was not. It's not that hard. It's simple. Everyone can do it. You exchange energy. You exchange a service for money or a product for money. That's what you do. And most businesses do this. You can also have money working for you, but that's in another part of this quadrant that I'm talking about. But when you keep focusing on it, you will get where you want to go. I promise you. And you know what? The only thing that I actually wanted in the bottom of my heart was one thing at that point. It was actually not the money. It was what the money could give me. And what money could give me was freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. I hate people talking to me that tell me exactly what I should do. I hated when I needed to be in time on things that I didn't really care about. And I hated working with things that I fucking hated. It was horrible. And I promised myself, I never, ever, 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 ever gonna do that shit to myself again. Because I'm doing it to myself, right? It's not no one else. It's me doing it to me. And I am taking responsibility for my life. And therefore, I decide that I'm gonna make this thing happen in my life. I was so focused. And this is how you make shit happen. You decide that inside of you, there is something that wants more out of life than going to work for someone else. You're gonna build your dream and you're gonna build your life and not someone else's. Is that making sense? But the main thing is to see what comes to you. And for me, it was the phone. The phone, the whole thing with the phone came to me. I saw an opportunity and I took it. I went for it and I said, I'm not gonna give myself a plan B. And anyone can do this. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of opportunities every day. And just if you're just aware, these things will come to you also. And then you gotta execute, fucking take action. Now, go. Nothing else, all right? So when you feel that you're stuck, look in your closest surrounding. What can I do? And how can I execute it? And you know what? When you see that you can make money for yourself, you don't need another company. You don't need the matrix. You don't need a system. You don't need anyone else. You know what? The only one you need is you. No one else. And when you see this, that's ultimate freedom. Because why you are actually not free is because of this. This thing here sets you free. If you're free here, you're free here outside. So when you understand this, you can set yourself free anytime. It's not up to anyone, it's up to you actually. And that's where the most people don't want to take the responsibility. But being brutally honest to yourself and say, hey, this is my situation. I actually want to change it. I want to do something more fun in my life. I want to do whatever I want. Go for it. I believe in you. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm a simple guy from a small town in Sweden. If you can do it, I can do it. That's what I believe. If I see other people, they do it, I know I can do it. For sure. I'm just going to do all the things that I really want to do because I'm on this life once. I'm in this physical body once. I'm Michael once. And I only got limited amount of time. What are you waiting for? Fucking go for it.